Twitch, we are live. Let me get to my reading page. There we go. And there's not much to say. We're just going to pray and then we're going to hop right into the book of wisdom and then we're going to keep pushing along. Dear Heavenly Father, you have given me a spirit that is ready to complete this journey. I know that we have a long way to go, but we are more than halfway done with the Bible, which is amazing. You got me through Psalms. You got me through the Chronicles. You got me through so many books of the Bible, and I am not done yet. I will not be done until it comes to completion. And I pray that whoever is watching this is inspired and just feeling like they want to draw close to you as they watch me struggle to finish the fight, God. Allow those who need to be impacted by this to come and join the stream at exactly the time that they need to. Allow me to continue to press on and have the diligence and the discipline to do what I need to do. And just please bless my efforts, Father. Every worker is worth their wages, and I have been working nonstop, and I would expect at least for the day that I am paid out for all the things I've been doing here, and that I can take care of the things I have. Please give me my daily bread and take care of all of my followers and those who have their own things happening in life. There's so many things that they need to take care of, God, but please just give them the time and the peace of mind so that they can at least have an option of relying on you for a portion of their day. Free up their schedule, give them peace of mind. I pray this all in your holy name, Father, that as we dive into the book of wisdom. Finally, I pray that I'm able to take away things from your scripture. I don't want it to just be a reading, but I truly want to grow closer to you through my reading, God. You know my heart and search it as so. You know this is how I feel. So this is what I submit to you, Holy Father. It's in your Son's holy name, Jesus. I pray these things and I say, Amen. That's crazy though. 2 o'clock in the morning, but again, who am I to judge? I'm up to, and I'm not even in bed. So you're a better man than me. I appreciate you joining the stream, bro. Like honestly, you're so supportive and loving, and you always have been. And congratulations on all the big things. I saw the graduation posts. I saw the job posts. I saw all of that. I've been watching from afar, and I'm extremely proud of you, brother. So know that I still see you. But with that, we're gonna go ahead and start reading. First words, powerful words. Everything is meaningless. The words of the teacher of the son of David, king of Jerusalem, meaningless, meaningless, says the teacher, utterly meaningless. Everything is meaningless. What does man gain for his toil and all his labor under his toils under the sun? Generations come and generations go, but the earth remains forever. The sun rises, the sun sets, and hurries back to where it rises. The wind blows to the south and turns to the north. Round and round it goes, ever returning on its course. All streams flow into the sea, yet the sea is never full. To the place the streams come from, there they return. All things are wearisome, more than one can say. The eye never kept has enough of seeing, nor the ear its filling of hearing. What has been will be again. What has been done will be done again. There is nothing new under the sun. Is there anything of which one can say, look, this is something new? It was already here long ago. It was here before our time. There is no remembrance of men of old at all. And even those who are yet to come will not be remembered by those who follow. I, the teacher, was king of Israel and Jerusalem. I devoted myself to the study and to explore by wisdom all that has been done under the sun in heaven. What a heavy burden God has laid on men. I have seen all things that are done under the sun. All of them are meaningless and chasing after the wind. What is twisted cannot be straightened. What is lacking cannot be counted. I thought to myself, look, I have grown and increased in wisdom more than anyone who has ever ruled Jerusalem before me. I have experienced much of wisdom and knowledge. Then I applied myself to the understanding of wisdom and also of madness and folly. But I learned this too is chasing after the wind. For with much wisdom comes much sorrow. The more knowledge, the more grief. I thought in my heart, come now, I will test you with pleasure to find out what is good. But that also proved to be meaningless. Laughter, I said, is foolish. And what does pleasure accomplish? I tried to cheer myself up with wine. And embracing folly, my mind still guided me with wisdom. I wanted to see what was worthwhile for men to do under heaven in the few days of their lives. I undertook great projects. I built houses for myself and planted vineyards. I made gardens of parks and planted all kinds of fruits and trees in them. I made reservoirs water groves and flourishing trees. I brought male and female slaves and had other slaves who were born in my house. I also owned more herds and flocks than anyone in Jerusalem before me. I amassed silver and gold for myself and the treasure of kings and provinces. I acquired men and women and seniors and Haram as well. The delights of a man's heart. I became greater by far than anyone in Jerusalem before me, and all that this wisdom stayed with me. I denied myself nothing my eyes desired. I refused my heart no pleasure. My heart took delight in all my work, and this is the reward for all my labor. Yet when I surveyed all my hands had done and what I had toiled to achieve, everything was meaningless and chasing after the wind. Nothing was gained under the sun. I turned my thoughts to consider wisdom and also madness and folly. What more can a king's successor do than what has already been done? I saw that wisdom is better than folly, just as light is better than darkness. And the wise man has eyes in his head, while the fool walks in darkness. But I came to realize that the same fate overtakes them both. Then I thought in my heart, the fate of the fool will overtake me also. What then do I gain by being wise? I said in my heart, this too is meaningless. For the wise man like the fool will not be long remembered. In the days to come, both will be forgotten. Like the fool, the wise man too must die. So I hated life because the work that is done under the sun was grievous to me. All of it meaningless, a chasing after the wind. I hated all things. I toil under the sun because I will leave them to the one who comes after me. And who knows whether he will be a wise man or a fool Yet he will have control over all the work in which I put my efforts and skill under the sun. This too is meaningless. So my heart began to despair over all my toils and labor under the sun. For a man may do his work with wisdom, knowledge, and skill, and then he must leave it all he owns to someone who does not know the work for it. This too is meaningless and has great misfortune. What does a man get for all the toil and anxious striving for which his labors under the sun? All the days of his life and his work and pain and grief, even night in his mind does not rest. This too is meaningless. A man can do nothing better than to eat and drink and find satisfaction in his work. This too I see is from the hand of God. For without him who can eat and find enjoyment? To the man who pleases him, God gives wisdom, knowledge, and happiness, but to the sinner he gives the task of gathering and storing up wealth to the hand over to someone who pleases God. This too is meaningless and chasing after the wind. There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to uproot, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn, a time to dance, a time to scatter stones and a time to gather them, a time to embrace and a time to refrain, a time to search and a time to give up, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear, and a time to mend, a time to be silent, a time to speak, a time to love, a time to hate, a time for war, and a time for peace. What does the worker gain for his toil? I have seen the burden God has laid on men. He has made everything beautiful in his time. He has also set eternity in the hearts of men, yet they cannot fathom what God has done from the beginning to the end. I know that there is nothing better for men to do than to be happy and do good while they live. That everyone may eat and drink and find satisfaction in his toil. This is a gift from God. I know that everything God does will endure forever. Nothing can be added to it, nothing can be taken away from it. And God does it so men will revere him. Whatever is already been and what will be has been done. And God will call to the past account. I saw something else under the sun. In the place of judgment, wickedness was there. In the place of justice, wickedness was there. I thought in my heart, God will bring judgment, both righteousness and wicked. For there will be a time for every activity, a time for every deed. I also thought, as for men, God tests them so that they may see that they are like animals. Man's fate is like that of animals. The same fate awaits them both. As one dies, so the other as well. All have the same breath. Man has no advantage over the animal. Everything is meaningless. All go to the same place. All come from the same dust. And to dust all return. Who knows if the spirit of man rises upward or the spirit of animal goes down into the earth? So I saw that there is nothing better for a man to do than to enjoy his work because that is his lot. For who can bring him to see what will happen after him? Again, I looked and I saw all the oppression that was taking place under the sun. I saw the tears of the oppressed, and that they had no comforter. Power was on the side of the oppressors, and they had no comforter. And I declare that the dead who have died are happier than the living, and who are still alive, but better than both. He who is not, has yet been, who has not seen evil that is done under the sun. And I saw that all the labor and all the achievement spring from man's envy of his neighbor. This too is meaningless and chasing after the wind. A fool folds his hands and ruins himself. Better one handful with tranquility than two handfuls with toil and chasing after the wind. Again, I saw something meaningless under the sun. There was a man all alone. He had neither son nor brother. There was no end to his toil. Yet his eyes were not content with his wealth. From whom am I toiling, he asked, and why am I depriving myself of enjoyment? This too is meaningless, a miserable business. Two are better than one because they have a good return for their work. If one falls down, his friend can help him up. But pity the man who falls and has no one to help him up. Also, if two lie down together, they can keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone? Though one may be overpowered, two can defend a cord of three strings is not quickly broken. Better a poor but wise youth than an old but foolish king who no longer knows how to take a warning. The youth may have come from prison to the kingship, or he may have been in poverty within the kingdom. I saw that all who lived and walked under the sun followed the youth, the king's successor. There was no end to all the people who were before them, but those who came later was not pleased with the successor. This too is meaningless, a chasing after the wind. Guard your steps when you go to the house of God. Go near and listen rather than to offer sacrifice to fools who do not know that they do wrong. Do not be quick with your mouth. Do not be hasty in your heart. Do not to utter anything before God. God is in heaven and you are on earth, so let your words be few. As a dream comes when there are many cares, so is speech of a fool when there are many words. When you make a vow to God, do not delay in fulfilling it. He has no pleasure in fools. Fulfill your vow. It is better not to make a vow than to make a vow and not fulfill it. Do not let your mouth lead you into sin. Do not protest in the temple, messenger. My vow was a mistake. Why should God be angry with what you say and destroy the work of your hands? Much dreaming and many words are meaningless. Therefore, stand in awe of God. If you see the poor oppressed in a distant in a district and justice and rights denied, do not be surprised at such things, for one official is eyed by a higher one, and over them both are other higher still. The increase from the land is taken by all, and the king himself profits from the fields. Whoever loves money never has enough, has money. Whoever loves money never has money enough. Whoever loves wealth is never satisfied with his income. This too is meaningless. As good increase, so do those who consume them. And what benefit are they to the owner except to feast his eyes on them? The sleep of a laborer is sweet, whether he eats little or much, but the abundance of the rich man permits him no sleep. I have seen a grievous evil under the sun, wealth hoarded to the harm of its owner, or wealth washed through some misfortune, so that when he has a son, there is nothing left for him. The naked man comes from his mother's womb, and as he comes, so he departs. He takes nothing from his labor, and there he can carry in his hand. This too is a grievous evil. As a man comes, so he departs, and what does he gain since his toils for the wind? All his days he eats is darkness, with frustration, affliction, and anger. Realized that it is good. Then I realized that it is good and proper for a man to eat and drink and to find satisfaction in his toilsome labor under the sun during the few days of life God has given him, for this is his lot. Moreover, when God gives any man wealth, possession, and enables him to enjoy them, to accept his lot, and to be happy in his work, this is a gift of God. He seldom reflects on the days of his life because God keeps him occupied with gladness of heart. I have seen another evil under the sun, and he weighs heavily on men. God gives a man wealth, possession, and honor so that he lacks nothing in his heart desires, but God does not enable him to enjoy it. and a stranger enjoys them instead. This is meaningless, a grievous evil. A man may have 100 children and live many years, yet no matter how long he lives, he cannot enjoy his prosperity and does not receive proper burial. I say that a stillborn child is better off than he. It comes without meaning. It departs in darkness, and darkness is the name it is shrouded. And though I never saw the sun or knew anything, it has more rest than does that man. Even if he lives 1,000 years twice over but fails to enjoy his prosperity, do not all go to the same place. All man's efforts are before his mouth. Take care, brother, man. Get good sleep. Love you, bro. I appreciate the message. A man may have 100 children and live many years, yet no matter how long he lives, he cannot enjoy his prosperity. If he cannot enjoy his prosperity and does not receive proper burial, I say that a stillborn child is better off than he. It comes without meaning. It departs in darkness. The darkness, its name is shrouded, though it never saw the sun or knew anything. It has more rest than does that man, even if he lives 1,000 years twice over, but fails to enjoy his prosperity. Do not all go to the same place. All man's efforts are for his mouth, yet his appetite is never satisfied. What advantage has a wise man over a fool? What does a poor man gain by knowing how to conduct himself before others? Better let the eye see than the roving of the appetite. This too is meaning, and chasing after the wind. Whatever it is has already been known, and what a man is has been known. No man can contend with one who is stronger than he. The more the wars, the less the meaning. And how does this that profit anyone? And who knows what is good for a man in life during the few and meaningless days he passes through the shadow? Who can tell him what will happen under the sun after he is gone? A good name is better than a fine perfume, and the days of death are better than the day of birth. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to the house of feasting, for death is a destiny for every man, and the living should take this to heart. Sorrow is better than laughter, because a sad face is good for the heart, and the heart is wise. The heart of the wise in the house of the mourning, but the heart of the fool is in the house of pleasure. It is better to heed a wise man rebuke than to listen to the song of fools, like the cracking of thorns on the pipe. So is laughter to fool. This too is meaningless. Exhortation turns a wise man into a fool, and bribes corrupt the heart. The end of that matter is that the end of the matter is better than the beginning. Patience is better than pride. Do not quickly provoke in your spirit, for anger resides in the mouth of fools. Do not say, "Where's the days of old? Where Why were these old days better than these?" Do not say, "Why were the old days better than these?" For it's not wise to ask such questions. Wisdom, like an inheritance, is a good thing, and the benefits of those who see the sun. Wisdom is a shelter, as money is a shelter. But the advantage of knowledge is this, that wisdom preserves the life of the possessor. Consider what God has done. Who can straighten what he has made crooked? When times are good, be happy. But when times are bad, consider. God made the one as well as the other. Therefore, man cannot discover anything about his future. And this meaning from life of mine, I have seen both of these, a righteous man perishing in his righteousness, and a wicked man living long in his wickedness. Do not be over righteous, neither be over wise. Why destroy yourself? Do not be wicked, and do not be a fool. Why die before your time? It is good to grasp the one and not let go of the other. The man who fears God will avoid all streams of wisdom. Makes one wise man more powerful than two rulers in a city. There is not a righteous man on earth who does what is right and never sins. Do not pay attention to every word people say, or you may hear your servant cursing you, for you know in your heart that many times you yourself have cursed others. All this is tested by wisdom. Like, and I said, I am determined to be wise, but this was beyond me. Whatever wisdom may be, this is far off and most profound. Who can discover it? So I turned my mind to understand, to investigate, to search out the wisdom and skill of things, and to understand the stupidity of wickedness and madness of folly. I find more bitter than death the woman who is a snare, whose heart is a trap, and whose hands are chains. The man who pleases God will escape her, but the sinner she will ensnare. What says the teacher? This is what I have discovered, adding one thing to another to discover the scheme of things. While I was searching but not finding, I found one upright man among 1,000, and not one upright woman among them all. This only have I found. God made mankind upright, but men have gone in search of many schemes. Who is like the wise man who knows the explanation of things? Wisdom brightens a man's face and changes his heart and changes his hard appearance. Obey the king's command, I say, because you took an oath before God. Do not be in a hurry to leave the king's presence. Do not stand for a bad cause, for he will do whatever he pleases, since the king's word is supreme. What can who can say to him, what are you doing? Whoever obeys his command will come to the heart, the wise heart, will know the proper time and procedure, for there is a proper time and procedure for every matter. Though a man's misery is heavy upon him, since no man knows the future, who can tell him what is to come? No man has the power to over the wind to contain it, so no one has the power over the day, over his death. As one discharged in the time of mercy and wickedness, but not release those who practice it. All this I saw as I applied my mind to everything done under the sun. There is a time when a man lords it over others to his own hurt. Then too I saw the wicked buried with those who come and go, and from holy place and proceed praise in the city. From from where they did this too is meaningless. When the sentence for a crime is not quickly carried out, the hearts of the people are filled with schemes to do wrong. Although a wicked man commits 100 crimes and still lives a long time, I know that it will go better for a God-fearing man, for he is reverent before God. Yet because the wicked do not fear God, it will not go well with them. Their days will not lengthen like a shadow. There is something else meaningless that occurs on earth. Righteous men who get the wicked deserve, and the wicked man who gets what the righteous deserve. This too I say is meaningless, so I commend the enjoyment of life, because nothing is better for man under the sun than to eat and drink and be glad. Then joy will accompany him in all his work and all the days of his life. God has given him under the sun. When I applied my mind to know wisdom and to observe man's labor on the earth, his eyes not sleeping, seeing sleep day or night. Then I saw all that God had done. No one can comprehend what goes on under the sun, despite all his efforts to search it out. Man cannot discover it. Even if wise man claims he knows, he cannot really comprehend. What's up, brother? Comprehended. So I reflected on all this and concluded that the righteous and the wise and what they do are in God's hand, but no man knows whether love or hate awaits him. All share a common destiny, the righteous and the wicked and the good and the bad and the clean and the unclean, and those who offer sacrifices and those who do not. As it is with the good man, so it is with the sinner. As it is with those who take oaths, so it is with those who are afraid to take them. This is the evil in everything that happens under the sun. The same destiny overtakes all. The hearts of men forever are full of evil, and there is madness in their hearts while they live, and afterwards they join the dead. Anyone who is among the living has hope. Even a live dog is better than a dead lion. For the living know that they will die, but the dead know nothing. They have no farther reward, and even the memory of them is forgotten. They love, their hate, and their jealousy have long since vanished. Never again will they have part in anything that happens under the sun. Go eat your food with gladness and drink your wine with a joyful heart. For it is now that God favors what you do. Always be clothed in white and always anoint your head with oil. Enjoy life with your wife whom you love all the days of this meaningless life God has given you under the sun. For this is the lot. For this is your lot. For this is your lot in life, and whose toilsome labor. For this is your lot in life, and in your toilsome labor under the sun, whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might. For in the grave where you are going, there is neither working, nor planning, nor knowledge, nor wisdom. I have seen something else under the sun. The race is not to the swift, or the battle to the strong, nor does food come to the wise, or wealth to the brilliant, or favor to the learned, but time and chance happen to them all. Moreover, no man knows when his hour will come. As the fish are caught in a cruel net, or birds taken in a snare, so men are trapped by the evil times that will fall unexpectedly upon them. I also saw under the sun this example of wisdom that greatly impressed me. There was once a small city with only a few people in it. A powerful king came against it, surrounded it, and built huge siege works against it. Now there lived in that city a man, poor but wise, and he saved the city by his wisdom. Nobody remembered that poor man, so I said, wisdom is better than strength. But the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are no longer heeded. The quiet words of a wise man are to be. The quiet words of a wise are more to be heeded than the shouts of the rulers of fools. Wisdom is better than the weapons of war, but one sinner destroys much good. As dead flies give perfume, a bad smell, so a little folly outweighs wisdom and honor. The heart of the wise inclines to the right, but the heart of the fool to the left. Even as he walks along the road, the fool lacks sense. What's up, bro? And shows everyone how stupid he is. If a ruler anger rises against you, do not leave your post. Calmness can lay great errors to rest. There is an evil I have seen under the sun, and the sort of errors that arises from the ruler. Fools are put in many high positions, while the rich occupy the low ones. I have seen slaves on horseback, while princes go on like foot slaves. Whoever digs a pit may fall into it. Whoever breaks through a wall may be bitten by a snake. Whoever quarries a stone may be injured by them. Whoever splits a log may be endangered by them. If an axe is dull and its edges unsharpened, more strength is needed, but skill will bring success. If a snake bites before it is charmed, there is no profit for the charmer. Words from a wise man's mouth are gracious, but a fool is consumed by his own lips. At the beginning, his words are folly. At the end, they are wicked and madness. And the fool multiplies words. No one knows what is coming, and who can tell him what will happen after him? As a fool's word wearisome, he does not know the way to the town. Woe to you, O land, whose king is a servant, and whose princes feast in the morning. Blessed are you, O land, whose king is of noble birth, and whose princes eat at proper time for the strength, and not for drunkenness. If a man is lazy, the rafters sag, and his hands are idle, the house leaks. A feast is made for laughter, and wine makes life merry, but money is the answer for everything. Do not revile the kings, even in your thoughts, or curse the rich in your boredom, because a bird of the air may carry your words, and a bird on the wing may report what you say. Pass your bread upon the waters, for after being engaged, you will find it again. Give portions to 7, yes, to 8, for you do not know what disaster may come upon the land. If clouds are full of water, they pour rain upon the earth, whether a tree falls to the south or to the north. In the place where it falls, there it will lie. Whoever watches the wind will not plant. Whoever looks at the clouds will not reap. As you do not know what the path of the wind, or how the body is formed through mother's womb, you cannot understand the work of God in the maker of all things. So your seed in the morning and in the evening, let not your hands be idle. For you don't know which will succeed, whether this or that, or whether both will do equally. Light is sweet, and it pleases the eye to see the sun. However many years a man may live, let him enjoy them all. But let him remember the days of darkness, for they will be many. Everything to come is meaningless. Be happy, young man, while you are young, Let your heart give you joy in the days of your youth. Follow the ways of your heart, whatever your eyes see. But know that for all these things God will bring you judgment. So then banish anxiety from your heart and cast off trouble from your body, for youth and vigor are meaningless. Remember your Creator in the days of your youth, before the days of trouble come, and when your years approach, when you will say, I find no pleasure in them. Before the sun and the light and the moon and the stars grow dark and the clouds return from the rain, when the keepers of the house tremble and the strong men sleep, and when the grinders cease because they are few, and those looking through the window grow dim, and when the doors to the streets are closed, and the sound of grinding fades, and when men rise up at the sound of birds, but all their songs grow faint, when men are afraid of heights and the dangers in the streets, when the almond tree blossoms and the grasshopper grasses up, and long desire no longer is stirred, then man goes to his eternal home, and mourners go about the streets, remember him, before the silver cord is severed, or the gold bowl is broken, before the pitcher is shattered, and the spring of the wheel broken at the well, and the dust returns to the ground it came, and the spirit returns to God who gave it. Meaningless, meaningless, says the teacher, everything is meaningless. Not only was the teacher wise, but also he imparted knowledge to the people. He pondered and searched out and set in order many proverbs. The teacher searched to find just the right words, and what he wrote is upright and true. The words of the wise are like goads, they collect the sayings like firmly embedded nails when given by one shepherd. Be warned, my son, of anything in addition to them. Of making many books there is no end, and no such worry, no, and much study worries the body. Now all has been heard. Now all has been heard, and here's the conclusion to the matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For God will bring every deed into judgment, including every hidden thing, whether it is good or evil. All right, guys. Have I got to the song of songs? Yes, I have. All right. Song of songs. The energy is good. I'm feeling awake. I'm feeling active. So I am just going to press on if you guys don't mind. Let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth, for your love is more delightful than wine. Pleasing is the fragrance of your perfumes. Your name is like perfume poured out. No wonder the maidens love you. Take me away with you, let us hurry. Let the king bring me to his chambers. We rejoice and delight in you. We will praise your love more than wine. How right they are to a W. Dark am I, yet lovely, O daughters of Jerusalem, dark like the tents of Kedar, the tents curtains of Solomon. Do not stare at me because I am dark, because I am darkened by the sun. My mother's sons were angry with me and made me take care of the vineyards, my own vineyard. I have neglected. Tell me, you whom I love, where are you to graze your flock, and where are you to rest in the day? Why should I be a veiled woman beside the flock of your friends? If you do not know, most beautiful woman, follow the tracks of the sheep and graze your goats by the tents of your shepherds. I liken you, my darling, to a mare harness, to one of the chariots of Pharaoh. Your cheeks are beautiful with earrings, your neck with strings of jewels. We will make you earrings of gold instead of silver. While the king was at his table, my perfume spread its fragrance. My lover is to me a sachet of myrrh resting between my breasts. My lover is to me a cluster of henna blossoms from vineyards of Engedi. How beautiful you are, my darling. Oh, how beautiful. Your eyes are doves. How handsome you are, my lover. Oh, how charming. And our bed is verdant. The beams of our house are cedars, our rafters are firs. I am a rose of Sharon, a lily of valleys, like the lily among thorns. Is my darling and my maiden. Like an apple tree among trees of the forest is the lover among young men. I delight to sit in his shade. His fruit is sweet to my taste. He has taken me in the banquet hall, and his banner is over me, and his banner over me is love. Strengthen me with raisins, refresh me with apples, for I am faint with love. His left arm is under my hand, his right arm embraces me. Daughters of Jerusalem, I charge you by the gazelles and by the does of the field. Do not arouse or awaken love until it so desires. Listen, my lover, look, here he comes, leaping across the mountains, bounding over the hills. My lover is like a gazelle, or a young stag. Look, he stands behind the wall, gazing through the windows, peering through the lattice. My lover spoke and said to me, "Arise, my darling, my beautiful one, and come with me. See, the winter is past, and the rains are over and gone. The flower appears on earth, and the season of singing has come. The cooing of doves, and he heard in our land the fig tree spawn its early fruits. The blossoming vines spread their fragrance. Arise, come, my darling, my beautiful one, come with me. My dove is in the clefts of the rocks, in the hiding places of the mountainside. Show me your face. Let me hear your voice. Your voice is sweet, and your face is lovely. Catch for us the foxes, the little foxes that prune the vineyards and our vineyards that are in bloom. A lover is mine, and I am his. He browses among the lilies until the day breaks and the shadow flees. Turn, my lover, and be like a gazelle or like a young stag on rugged hills. All night long on my bed, all night long on my bed, I looked for the one my heart loves. I looked for him but did not find him. I would get up now and go about the city, through the streets and the squares on the search for the one my heart loves. So I looked for him but did not find him. The watchmen found me as they made their rounds in the city. Have you seen the one my heart loves? Scarcely had I passed him when I found the one my heart loves. I held him and would not let him go till I had brought him to my mother's house, to the womb of the one who conceived me. Daughters of Jerusalem, I charge you by the gazelles and by the does of the field, do not arouse or awaken love until it so desires. Who is coming up from the desert like a common smoke, perfumed with myrrh and incense and made, and all the spices of the merchant look. It is Solomon carries, escorted by 60 warriors, the noblest of Israel, and all of them wearing the sword, all experienced in battle, each with his sword at his side, prepared for the terrors of the night. King Solomon made himself a carriage. He made it of wood from Lebanon. Its posts he made of silver, its base of gold, its seats was upholstered with purple, its interior lovingly inlaid by the daughters of Jerusalem come out, and daughters of Zion, and look at the King Solomon wearing the crown for which his mother crowned, and on the day of his wedding, the day of his heart rejoiced. How beautiful you are, my darling. Oh, how beautiful. Your eyes behind your veil are dove, your hair is like a flock of goats descending from Mount Gilead. Your teeth are like a flock of sheep just soaring, coming up from the washing. Each has its twin, none of them is alone. Your lips are like scarlet ribbon. Your mouth is lovely. Your temples behind your veils are like the halves of a pomegranate. Your neck is like the Tower of David, built with elegance. On it hang 1,000 shields, all of them shields of warriors. Your two breasts are like two fawns, like twin fawns of a gazelle, and browse among the lilies until the day breaks and the shadows flee. I will go on the mountain of myrrh and the hill of incense are all beautiful. All beautiful you are, my darling. There is no flaw. You come with me from Lebanon, my bride. Come with me from Lebanon and sin on the crest of the mountain. From the top of Samaria and summit of Hermon, from the lions and the mountain tops like leopards. You have stolen my heart, my sister, my bride. You have stolen my heart with one glance of your eyes. One grew up your necklace. How delightful is your love, my sister, my bride. How much more pleasing is your love than wine, and the fragrance of your perfume than any spice. Your lips drop sweetness as the honeycomb, my bride. Milk and honey are under your tongue. The fragrance of your garments like that of Lebanon. You are garden locked up, my sister, my bride. You are screened and closed and sealed with fountain. Your plants are an orchard, pomegranates with choice fruits and henna, and nard, and saffron, and calamus, and cinnamon, with every kind of incense tree, and myrrh and aloes, and all the finest spices. Your garden fountain are well flowing with water streaming from Lebanon. Awake, my wind, and come south wind, blow on my garden. That is the fragrance that may spread abroad. Let my lover come into his garden and taste its choicest fruit. I have come into my garden, my sister, my bride. I have gathered my myrrh with my spice, and I have eaten my honeycomb with my honey. I have drunk my wine and my milk. Eat, O friends, drink, and drink your fill, O lovers. I slept, but my heart was awake. Listen, my lover is knocking. Open to me. Open to me, my sister, my darling, my dove, my flawless one. My head is drenched with dew. My hair with the dampness of the night. I have taken off my robe, must I put it on again? I have washed my feet, must I soil them again? My lover thrust his hand through the latch opening. My heart began to pound for him. I rose to open for my lover, my hands dripped with myrrh, my fingers were flowing myrrh on the handles of the lock. I opened for my lover, but my lover had left. He was gone. My heart sank at his departure. I looked for him and did not find him. I called, but he did not answer. The watchmen found me. As they made their rounds in the city, they beat me, they bruised me, they took away my cloak. There was watchmen at the walls, O daughters of Jerusalem. I charge you, if you find my lover, what will you tell him? Tell him I am faint with love. How is your beloved better than the others, most beautiful woman? How is your beloved better than the others that they charged us so? My lover was radiant and ruddy, outstanding among 10,000. His head is the purest gold, his hair is wavy and black as a raven. His eyes are like doves by the water stream, washed in milk, mounted like jewels. His cheeks are like beds, the spice yielding perfume. His lips are like lilies dripping with myrrh. His arms are like rods of gold set with chrysolite. His body is polished ivory decorated with sapphire. His legs are pillars of marble set on bases pure of gold. And his appearance like Lebanon, choices as the cedars. His mouth is sweetness itself, and he is altogether lovely. That this is my lover. This is my friend, O daughters of Jerusalem. Where has your lover gone, most beautiful woman? Which way did your lover turn, that we may look for him with you? My lover has gone down to his gate, to the bed of spices, to browse in the garden and gather lilies. I am my lover's, and my lover is mine. He browses among the lilies. You are beautiful, my darling, as tears of lovely as Jerusalem, majestic as the troops with banners. Turn your eyes from me over and over. Your hair is like a flock of goats descending from Gilead. Your teeth are like a flock of sheep coming up from the washing. Each has its twin. Not one of them is alone. Your temples behind your veil are like halves of a pomegranate. Sissy queens, they may be daily concubines and virgins beyond number, but my dove, my perfect one, is you, the only one, only daughter of her mother, the favorite of the one who bore her. Maidens saw her and called her blessed, and the queen's concubines praised her. Who is this that appears like dawn, fair as the moon, bright as the sun, majestic as the stars in procession? I went down to the grove of nut trees to look for the new growth in the valley, to see if the vines had budded or the pomegranate were in bloom. Before I realized my Zion was set among the royal chariots. Zion was set Isaiah was set among the royal chairs of my people. Come back, O Shulamite, come back, that we may gaze on you. Would you gaze on the Shulamite, as on the dance of the Mahanaim? Oh, how beautiful your sandal feet, O prince daughters, your graceful legs are like jewels, the work of craftsmen hands, your navel is around the goblet, that never lacks splendid wine, your waist is a mound of wheat, encircled by lilies, your breasts are like two fawns, twins of gazelle. Your neck is like ivory tower, your eyes are full of the Heshbon by the gate of Bath ribbon, your nose is like the tower of Lebanon, looking towards Damascus. You heard the crowns are now calling, your hair is the royal tapestry, the king is held captive in the tresses. How beautiful you are, and how pleasing, O love, with delights. Your statue is like that of a palm, and your breasts are like clusters of fruit. I said, I will climb the palm tree, I will take hold of its fruit. May your breasts be like clusters of the vine, and fragrance of your breath like apples in your mouth, be like the best of wine. May the wine go straight to my lover, flowing gently over lips and teeth, and I belong to my lover, and his desire is for me. Come, my lover, let us go to the countryside, let us spend the night in the villages, let us go early to the vineyards to see if the vines have budded, if their blossoms have opened, and if the pomegranates are in bloom. There I will give you my love. The mandrakes send out their fragrance, and at the door is every delicacy, both new and old. I have stored up for you, my lover, if only you were to me like a brother who nursed, who was nursed at my mother's breast. Then if I found you outside, I would kiss you, and no one would despise me. Then, if I found you outside, I would kiss you, and no one would despise me. I will lead you and bring you to my mother's house. So she who has taught me, I will give you spice wine to drink, and the nectar of my pomegranates. His left arm is under my head, and his right arm embraces me. Daughters of Jerusalem, I charge you, do not arouse or awaken love until it so desires. Who is coming up from the desert, leaning on her lover? Under the almond tree I aroused you. There your mother conceived you. There she was in labor and gave birth. Place me like a seal over your heart, like a seal on your arm. For your love is strong as death, and jealousy unyielding as the grave. Is burning like a blazing fire, like a mighty flame. Many waters cannot quench love. Rivers cannot wash it away. If one were to give all the wealth of his house for love, it would be utterly scorned. We have a young sister, and her breasts are not yet grown. What shall we do for our sister? For the day she is spoken for. If she is a wall, we will build towers of silver on her. If she is a door, we will enclose her panels with cedar. I am a wall, and my breasts are like towers. Thus I have become in his eyes like one bringing contentment. Solomon has a vineyard, and Baal Haman he let out his vineyard to tenants. Each each was each was to bring for his fruit 1,000 shekels of silver, but my own vineyard is mine to give. 1,000 shekels are for you, O Solomon. 200 are for those who tend its fruits. You who dwell in the gardens with friends and attendants, let me hear your voice. Come away, my lover, and be like a gazelle, or like a young stag on the spice-laden mountains. Boom, boom, boom. And with that, we have finished two more books in just under 50 minutes, which is amazing. And when we come back, we will be on the book of Isaiah, which is going to be my namesake book. So please stay tuned for that. It's going to be amazing. First, I'll say bye to my Twitch chat. So I'll catch you guys soon. And for my